Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to Drivo, where we dive into the latest news and updates from around the world. Today, we're talking about the Middle East and a potential deal on Gaza that's got everyone watching. So, U.S. President Donald Trump just dropped a bombshell saying he thinks a deal on Gaza could soon be reached, and that it'll include all hostages being released and an end to the war. Now, this is big news, folks, because the conflict in Gaza has been going on for years, with both sides suffering heavy losses. But here's the thing. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been rejecting any idea of a Palestinian state as madness that would be suicidal for Israel. So, it's unclear how far Trump's deal will go, but one thing's for sure, everyone's watching closely to see what happens next. Let's take a closer look at the situation on the ground in Gaza. The war has left much of the city in ruins, with over 65,000 people killed according to health officials. And it's not just the physical damage that's devastating, the trauma and suffering caused by the conflict are taking a huge toll. International doctors and nurses who have been working in Gaza report wounds more severe than anything they've seen before. 2/3 of the injuries were from explosions, which is way higher than the civilian rate in other modern conflicts. And 1/3 of those injured were children. It's heartbreaking to think about. Now, let's get back to Trump's deal and what it might mean for Gaza. The U.S. president says he thinks a deal could be reached soon, but there are a lot of sticking points that need to be resolved. One major issue is the question of a Palestinian state. Netanyahu has been rejecting any idea of one as madness, while Trump seems to think it's possible. But here's the thing. Arab nations like Saudi Arabia and the UAE have already expressed their opposition to annexation of the West Bank, saying it would pose a huge risk to peace in Gaza. So, it's unclear how far Trump's deal will go on this front. Finally, let's talk about the reaction from world leaders. UK Deputy Prime Minister David Lammy has been pretty scathing about the situation in Gaza, calling it indefensible and urging concerted diplomatic action to keep the hope of peace alive. And Israel recently began a new offensive in Gaza City, drawing condemnation from the UK and many other Western allies. So, what does all this mean for the future of the Middle East? One thing's for sure, the situation on the ground is still volatile, and it'll take a lot of hard work and diplomacy to bring about peace. But with leaders like Trump and Netanyahu at the table, maybe we're finally seeing some progress. That's all for now from Drivo. Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story, and thanks for watching.